Hello, welcome to Yoga Express. My name is Jen, and we're going to go through a nice, relaxing 30 minutes together. So I'm going to make sure that we're live, as always, and then we're going to get started. So find a spot, wear some comfy clothes. You don't have to change anything into anything specific. I like to make sure that I either have some grippy socks on or my socks off, just so I have the ability to not slip around. But if you want to keep shoes on, that's totally cool too. So whatever floats your boat, and we're gonna get started. Okay, we're good. Awesome. So find something that you feel comfortable being in some position for the next about 2 minutes. I'll just sit here on my heels. We started doing group fitness in person again at the McLean and Bedford site, so if that's something that you are interested in, definitely take advantage. They're all on the Slack page, and if you Fast Jump Fitness, that's where they all live. Underneath you have the main page of all the virtual classes, and then if you go to the Bedford page, it has Bedford classes, and McLean has the McLean classes. But this is the second week in a row we've done spin, and oh, my calves are killing me. I used to teach 3 spin classes a week. Now 1 spin class a week is kicking my behind, but that's okay. So we're going to take time. That's what I'm going to work on today, stretching out my body from being sore and stiff, from getting back into the group fitness in person routine. What are you going to focus on today? That's what your focus is. So nice and quiet, about 90 seconds, just to kind of get yourself into the mental game of yoga. Breathe, scan your body, do what you need to do. And I always have fluid near me. So even though it's a half hour, we still need to hydrate. I take 3 more breaths wherever you're at. And then we're going to turn ourselves sideways on our mat, wherever we are at. And we're going to bring those knees nice and wide. And all we're going to do is we're going to lean forward into child's, and then come back up, pushing forward a little bit into almost a little frog. So this is your own journey here. You can stay in a posture a little bit longer or pose. You can go a little faster and make it more fluid. You decide the depth. Just kind of adding a little bit of gentle movement. All this isn't rise and shine, as in we stay pretty low intensity wise. You also know that you're probably not going to take a shower before you go back to work. So we want to make sure that this is realistic for people. So let's do 1 more wherever you're at. And then we're going to stay down in child's for 3 breaths. So sit back, bring that head down towards the mat. 3 breaths in and out. and then come on up through table, and then let's lean it on in. So I would like my feet to touch, but realistically that may not happen. So I'm just gonna lean forward, my back is straight, and I'm getting a little bit of stretching through that inner thigh. All right, guys, come back. Bring those knees underneath us. Let's go into a little bit of a plank. So you can definitely be on your knees here, that's not a problem. We're not gonna stay up too long, so don't worry too much. But bring one foot back, bring the other foot back, and we're up with a straight arm plank. And we're gonna hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back. A little shaking is okay. Now let's add in a little bit of movement. So we're gonna come up for about a 5-second plank. We're gonna come down. We're gonna rotate to our side, hold for a 5-second plank. Other side, 5-second plank. Back to the center, 5-second plank. You can be on your knees or on your toes for this. We're gonna go through that round 5 times. If you need to come down and tap down, totally cool, don't worry about it. Nice and slow. All right, so let's bring up regular plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twist, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twist, 2, 3. I'm counting the wrong way. And twist, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the center, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost done. 2, 3, 4, 5. Twist, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Twist, 2, 3, 4, 5, and final. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down and sit back. Drop that head and bring those hands back behind. I'm realizing now when I said last one, I should have said last set. Because I hate it when people say, 1 more, oh, I'm sorry, 5 more. Should have said last set, not last one. So I apologize. Sitting here, relaxing those wrists, moving them around, opening up their shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, roll on up and let's twist to one side. And twist to the other side. Come back through center, kind of roll yourself down, lay on the belly, have those elbows pointed towards your belly button, and bring the weight of your upper body throughout the entire hand, wrist, and forearm. Drop that head. Really drop it. And come on up. Let's come up a little bit higher. Now, if this isn't comfortable for you, of course, don't do it. But if you want to come up a little higher, feel free. And release it down. Come through tabletop or through a plank into a downward dog. Pedaling it out here. And then find some stillness. And then walk the feet to meet the hands, meeting around the middle of the mat and rolling on up super nice and slow. Beautiful. Coming on up to the top. Bring those arms up and swan dive down. Let those arms hang. Roll it on up. 3 more times like that. Up. Swan dive it down. Roll it on up. Arms up. Swan dive down. Let it hang. And let's do one more. Roll it on up. Arms up. Swan dive it down. All right, so while we're here hanging out, literally, I would like you to bend your left knee, come onto your toes on that left side, and straighten the right side, reaching down to touch those toes. And now we're going to switch. So my right knee is bent, I'm on those right toes, and I reach down to touch the left foot. One more time, let's switch it out. Notice you can reach the ground a lot more easily with that one leg bent. And switch it out. Beautiful. Roll it on up. Cross the right leg over the left. And bring the right arm up and over. Big side body stretch. And release. Same thing, other side. Cross it over. And release. Bring those arms behind you. Big chest opener. Bring those feet nice and wide. And bend those knees and let that upper body relax. And bring those arms up behind you. Big breaths. 2 more. Drop those arms and super slow, roll it on up. So you're standing up nice and tall. Bring those hands to your side. Open up those fingers nice and wide, shoulders down and back. I'm going to point one set of toes out, point the other set of toes out, and I'm going to come into this little goddess variation arm. I'm going to come down and make this big circle with my arms and come back up. Squat down and back up. I'm squatting down and back, opening up and coming back to center. 5 more. 5. 4. Making yourself as big as possible. 3. 2. And 1. We're going to hold it down here. Bring those hands into center, into prayer. Sit back on those heels for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Coming on up, bringing those feet in. Beautiful. Back to mountain. All right, so we're going to do a little balance with warrior 3 here. So you can decide if you want to have your warrior 3 with your arms down by your side, where I'm going to have them. You can have your arms out here in this little airplane motion, or you can have them totally up in front. Your choice. All we're going to do is nice and slow push off. I'm going to make sure I have it firm, so I'm probably going to do more of a diagonal here, but you could definitely stay on your mat, no problem. We're going to push off, and we're going to hold here for 10 seconds. We're going to do side A, side B, side A, side B, side A, side B. So 3 times, 10-second hold each time. Okay? Nice and slow go in, 10-second hold, nice and slow come out. If you need to adjust, feel free, no problem. If you want to stay in longer, do your thing, no worries. All right, so I'm going to start with my right leg as my supporting leg. My left leg's going to go out behind me. You can obviously do the other way around, not a problem. I always suggest starting with the side that you know you're going to struggle with the most first, because you can always match that side for sure. All right, so I'm going to come out and point that set of toes back behind me. Arms are going to be down by my side, or wherever I'm going to decide where my arms are going to be. If they're going to be here, you put them there and to start out with, but I'm going to stay here. You can always start here and move on, not a problem. All right, so we're going to lean forward, nice and slow. Get to the point where you feel like your hips are aligned with each other. Toes are pointed down. And let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come up. Other side, same thing. Point that foot back behind, and we're gonna lean it forward. So all the way forward, nice and slow. Hips nice and even, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on out nice and slow. I hit my cabinet, so I'm gonna adjust next time. Don't fall out, if you need to fall out, you fall out, but just make sure you're falling out with some sort of a grace, and so you don't actually hit yourself. Okay, so I'm going to adjust my mat so that doesn't happen again, and I would also suggest making sure that you're not looking at any sort of monitor or camera or TV or anything like that, or phone. Focus on yourself, focus on that spot in the floor. All right, round 2, foot back, arms back, and let's lean on in. Balance those hips, toes down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up nice and slow. Beautiful. Other side, let's try this one again. I'm gonna move a little farther forward. All right, toes back, and let's lean it on in. All right, you ready? For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on out. All right, this last time we're gonna do it, I'm not gonna count. I'm gonna count to myself, but I'm not gonna count out loud. You're gonna hold it. When you feel like you're ready to come out, you're gonna come out. I'm probably gonna give a little bit of a buffer here in between, so in case you go a little longer, no worries. So you're going off of your duration of time and how you were feeling. So you know what those 10 seconds felt like 2 times through. Let's see how well you can do it without me counting. But if you want to stay for 15 seconds, you stay for 15 seconds. We're going to do a little water break in between, so take the time. All right, foot back, pull those shoulders back, arms out to the side, and let's lean on in. And go. If you haven't come out of your Warrior 3, this is a good time to do so. And let's set up for the other side. If you want to grab a drink really fast, feel free. Last time through is with this, and then we're going to head back to the ground. All right, shoulders back, toes back, and let's lean on in and begin. If you haven't come out, this is a good time to do so. All right, turning sideways on your mat. Let's come on up. Let's do a little back bend here. And forward. Swan dive down. Bring those hands to the ground. Bring one knee to the ground. Bring the other knee to the ground. And let's bring those arms up. Palms facing in. Little lean back. And come up. Tuck those toes under. Are we going to reach back and try to touch those heels? Maybe, maybe not. We'll try. Let's lift up and bring those arms around and reach for those heels if you feel comfortable doing so. Chin up. Open up that chest. and release. Bring those arms back and through center. Untuck those toes. Arms up, lean back. And come back down through center. And one more time if you want to tuck those toes. Arms up, back behind you. Open up that chest and reach for those heels. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Release and bring those hands back to center. Sit back on those heels and relax. Beautiful. That was a lot of movement we just did. So let's take a little bit of time and bring ourselves back to where we started. All right, let's come on to all fours and let's kick one leg back, and I'm gonna get a good calf stretch in here because, ooh, the calves are tight. So I'm really pushing that heel away from me, stretching out that calf. Lift up that foot, cross it behind, and sit back. Now I'm doing this stretch because, number one, everyone needs it. Number two, I definitely need it. If there's ever a stretch that your body just needs and we're not doing it, you just do it. Go for it. It's nice if we're all doing it together, but I know that's not always a perfect world. So you can be like, I don't want to do camel. I want to do triangle instead. Go for it. Switch out. Release. Other foot, kick back. Ooh, calf stretch. Or when we're going to our Shavasana, if you don't want to miss anything, you can do that instead of Shavasana and then just do Shavasana on your own. Over, sit back. Ooh. And release. Kind of scooch back a little bit on your mat. And let's bring one foot up in front. And let's in on in. Or a whole different option is you can request something. For example, you're like, you know what? It'd be awesome if we did a class all about blank. And you email me or make a comment down below or let me know somehow. And then I make a class specifically tailored to that and we all do that together. And then that class is then yours forever. You can save it and watch it whenever you'd like. So we're here just hanging out and we're going to bring those arms up. See if you can lean in a little bit more. Bringing down that heart rate. And release. All right, let's switch it out. Do that same exact thing, other side. So we're leaning in. Hands are just down here, hanging out. You can be on your thighs, on your hips, on your head if you want. And then we're coming up with those arms, so you'll be leaning just a little bit more. And then release. Bring both of those knees back in. Bring those knees nice and wide. Bring those toes to touch. So my knees are about as wide as my mat here. And then I'm going to lean forward, bringing my head down as comfortably close to the mat as I can. I can also cross my hands and put them right underneath my forehead if I'd like to. Our hips are going to come off the ground a little bit. And then once you're situated, you can lean back, if you would like, into that stretch. We're going to do 6 breaths here. And then release, lift yourself up. Now I would like you to take those toes away from each other. So So your ankles and knees are in a nice straight line. Then we're gonna go back down and do that one more time. So I'm gonna bring my hands to the ground. I'm gonna put my head on those forearms and I'm just gonna lean back. Feel free to put the head on a pillow or the mat directly itself, but 5 breaths here. And then nice and slow, come on up. Bring those knees in nice and slow. And then swing around, bring those legs in front. All right, how did that feel? I'm assuming one felt okay, and then one felt a little bit more intense. All right, bring one foot in. Toes up, nice and easy, just hamstring stretch, leaning forward, flat back. Nice and relaxed here. All right, let's switch it out, other side. And leaning on in. Beautiful. Bring both those knees in. Give those knees a big squeeze. Drop that head. If you want to rock a little side to side, feel free. And then we're going to just get ourselves set up for 2 minutes of Shavasana. We're all going to go in it together, or we're all going to come out of it together. So no cutting and running. All right, so laying down on the ground. Legs open up to the side. Elbows into the side of the body. Shoulder blades tucked under. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. Hands open and relaxed. Wiggle those fingers, wiggle those toes. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Hug those knees in, and let's do little circles. And switch sides. You can either roll like a ball or roll onto your side and push yourself up. Whatever one suits you and your needs today. I'm gonna rock 2 more times, then I'm gonna sit up. And if you're doing it sideways, just come up when you're ready and join me. All right, let's just finish off with crossing those legs. Leaning side, body stretch over, shoulder on top of shoulder here. And lean it forward and through, other side. Forward and through, switch the legs. Side A again. Forward and through. Side B. And then forward and through again. Wonderful. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed this 30 minutes. As always, I look forward to your requests, needs, questions, and guidance. And if you have any guidance for me, by all means, share it. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.